Dreamscape presents Like Cats and Dogs by Kate Mcmurray, narrated by Suehyla El-Attar. Chapter 1. Sadie, the office manager, yowled. "I hear ya," Lauren said absently as she leaned against the counter and looked at her phone. There was an unusually long line of people waiting for their morning coffee. Lauren was a bit of a spy in her own kingdom as she waited for her own coffee, letting customers go ahead of her as she kept an eye on her staff. She glanced at her phone and refreshed the page one more time. The photos were still right there on top. Derek and Joanna's wedding. Derek smiling like he hadn't in years, Joanna looking ridiculously beautiful, and Lauren wondering how Derek was happy and married now when she was single and surrounded by cats. Literally, Sadie walked up and rubbed against her leg. The little butterball of a cat had the loudest purr Lauren had ever heard, and she deployed it now, sounding like dice being rolled across a wooden table. Lauren had read recently that cats likely purred not to display happiness, but rather to lure prey into a false sense of security. She leaned down and pet Sadie's head anyway. Evan walked into the Whitman Street Cat Cafe, pushing through the second door and grinning at Lauren like he'd already had 3 cups of coffee. "Derek got married this weekend," Lauren said, by way of greeting. "Aw, honey, I'm sorry," said Evan. "Anything I can do? Drive to New Hampshire and punch him in the face?" Evan tilted his head and seemed to consider doing just that. "As fun as that sounds, Derek is kind of a big guy. He might punch back, and I bruise like a peach." Lauren laughed despite herself. She shoved her phone in her pocket. "I'm over it. So my ex got married. It's fine. I'm fine." "Atta girl." Evan looked up at the menu like he didn't get coffee here nearly every morning. "Not that I'm sad for the business," said Lauren, "but where did all these people come from?" "Didn't you hear? The Star Cafe closed last week." The Star Cafe was a great independent coffee shop that had, apparently until last week, been right across the street from the Cat Cafe. If it had closed, that explained all the people here, the last place that served coffee between Henry Street and the subway entrance on the next block. "I'm devastated," Evan continued. Lauren raised an eyebrow at him. "If anything, this is probably better for your health. There are only so many cups of coffee you can drink per day because you think the barista is cute before the caffeine gives you heart palpitations." Evan sighed.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?